You talked about being adaptable and cultivating this skill. You've worked in many arenas, you've been exposed to lots of different opportunities. You've been able to cultivate this ability to adapt, right? Because to be an executive 5-10 years ago is one thing, but you are an executive of the now, also an executive of the future. How were you able to cultivate this adaptability, right? How are you able to still be relevant, to still make sure that you're listening, you're balancing, right? Because you have to maintain that. It's a key skill.
Now, I love the word relevant. So as a leader, you need to check every day whether you're still relevant, whether you and your firm are still relevant to the outside world. And Jack Welch, very well known for this quote, he has said, if the pace of change outside your organization is faster than the pace of change within, the end is near. And if you take a look what leadership is about at the moment, and not to quote another writer, it's Daniel Goleman. And Daniel Goleman describes the 5 elements to be a good leader. He described self-awareness, self-reflection, empathy, social skills, and motivation. Set aside motivation if you want to reach for the top. Then, of course, you need to be motivated and to take people along. Leadership is not about that you call yourself a leader. It's about that you look around over your shoulder to check whether people are still following you. Quite importantly, some leaders do tend to forget that. It's not about you, it's about the we. It's about the people who you represent. Back to empathy, I think also what's become very important the past year. You talked about learning. But I think the listening capability of leaders is extremely important. Empathy means you're willing to take in other opinions and thoughts, and that's about diversity of thought and opinion. And especially in this world with so much change and the transparency and speed with it, I think it's important to be able to be fully aware as many times during the day as you can of all the various aspects which are going around. So I call this radaring in the room. I call it the 360 radar, not only in your own room, but also outside, which is again the outside in perspective, which is needed in order to become and to remain relevant.
This podcast is brought to you by Salesforce and the CMO Club. The CMO Club is a global community for senior marketing executives to come together, share ideas, and solve their toughest challenges in a collaborative and trusted environment with other marketing leaders. Salesforce and the CMO Club provide best-in-class programs, events, and a digital platform for marketing leaders to come together and be inspired like never before. Join our global community at thecmoclub.com.